Hello, my presentation is How to Get Feedback from Your Employees and Implement Their Ideas by Carrie Mullen. So the first thing we think about is employee feedback plus employee ideas equals positive company culture. Those two things happen to affect the culture of an organization. The question to ask, are organizations willing to get open and honest feedback from their employees? And with most employees, the feedback that you retain from them usually comes with some guardedness with their honesty and openness for feedback. So to create a culture in an organization that helps employees feel like they can give open and honest feedback is to usually do this in a way that's anonymous so that an associate or employee doesn't feel that they're going to be related to that feedback. So it gives them the autonomy to genuinely share with the organization maybe shortcomings or maybe concerns on a larger employee base that helps with moving an organization to fix those things in order to be more profitable. So there are several ways that an organization can get feedback from its associates and implement their feedback and ideas. So some of those might be an employee satisfaction survey or a culture survey, frequent conversations, so one-on-one feedback, performance reviews, and employee recognition. With all four of these aspects, it helps an associate to feel valued and that they matter. And studies show that the more associates are able to feel like they have value and that they have empowerment within an organization, the more likely their performance is going to help the organization be more productive. And the other thing with the one-on-one feedback is to ensure that you schedule time that's specific to that associate so that there's no interruptions and that associate feels confident in that you're caring about their specific engagement and also their development as an associate. With performance reviews, it gives that associate an idea of where they stand in an organization as far as the measurables that an organization might have, whether it's specific numbers or whether it's behaviors. The performance review gives an associate an idea of where they stand and possibly opportunities that they need to work on. So employee recognition is truly about knowing how an associate wants to be recognized. So some associates just want an email out to their peer team that says great job, thank you. Some respond to monetary types of recognition. So it's really important for you to understand how each associate responds to recognition in order to, I would say, be specific with that recognition per that associate. So according to Forbes 2014 statement, the benefits of gaining employee feedback. So employees are more productive, fewer work-related accidents, less likely to quit, and more likely to recommend your company to a friend. So let's take the first one. Employees are more productive. That's important, and we've talked about it in the previous slide, that associates that feel more valued are probably more likely going to be empowered to make good decisions in order to make the right decision for not only the associate, but the customer and the organization. Fewer work-related accidents. I think with associate engagement, the employee feels like that they're probably more a part of the organization, so they have a stake in the game, and they're probably going to be more alert and aware of what they're doing and how they're doing it. So less likely to quit. If you think about an organization and the time and money that they put into an employee, probably to hire them, for the training that they provide for the associate as well, it helps the associate feel more engaged when they're able to give feedback on a consistent basis and spend long-term years with the organization. more likely to recommend your company to a friend. So what's the best way to get other employees to come into your company that are just as good as the employees that you have is ensuring that those associates that work for you feel valued and they're able to talk to others, specifically their friends, about how they enjoy their jobs. So according to the Entrepreneur website, there are 4 ways to get truly honest feedback from employees. So they talk about ditching the suggestion box. So, don't put out just a box for associates to throw suggestions in, because that's really not a good way in order to elicit feedback from associates. Ask insightful questions. So really dig in and ask for specifics. So if an associate or employee gives you a general kind of answer to a question, dig in and ask those follow-up questions to ensure that you're really understanding where the associate or employee is coming from. Assign feedback coaches. So ensure that there's always an opportunity for associates or employees to give each other feedback, as well as and feedback isn't just a negative thing, it can be a positive thing as well. So it helps to ensure that employees are getting the kind of feedback that they need in order to grow. So follow up with employees. So I think this is key, because I think that a lot of times when, let's say as a leader in an organization, if an associate gives you feedback about a certain specific thing and you said you would check into that, make sure that you follow up with them and let them know that you took the time to check into that and that you obviously value their opinion. So 66% of employees feel that they don't communicate enough with upper management. So that's a large percentage with feeling that they're disconnected with upper management in organizations. So with the book Empowering Organizations by Encouraging People, so organizations can show a sense of appreciation through listening to and implementing employee ideas. As stated in the book of 5 Languages of Appreciation in the Workplace, appreciation can be communicated in any direction in the organization. So ensuring that there's the ability to give feedback both ways. So I think the thing like we talked earlier about a culture survey or kind of a feedback survey, it also gives that associate the ability to say what they really appreciate about their leader as well. So companies that are doing it right. So these 5 companies have really great company cultures. They value their associates' opinion and they elicit the feedback. So Zappos, Southwest Airlines, REI, Chevron, and Google. These are all companies that tend to have high culture surveys as far as participation rate. So that means that associates are really engaged in those 5 organizations. So in the book of The Pursuit of Something Better, the point is made that having a great culture takes time and continuous follow-up with employees. And I think that we've seen that over the last couple of slides. It is about following up and showing that associate that you're engaged with them and you ask for their feedback. So former CEO Jack Rooney stated, if you want to know the secret to maximizing the success of your business, ask your employees. And I think that the point that he's making is that it's really about those associates that do the work day in and day out that are going to be able to give you the best kind of feedback because they're on the front lines and sharing that information with upper management.